Gun's boat. Only 2 points were visible on the landscape. One was the great fire where the pirates were drinking in the swamp, and the other was a mere blur of light in the dark fog, the anchored ship's cabin window. Wading in, and with some strength and skill, I set Ben Gun's boat in the water. The boat turned every direction but the one I wanted to go, and most of the time I went sideways. Slowly, I saw her spars, the pole supporting the rigging, and the hull take shape. Soon, I was alongside the ship and next to the thick, twined rope of the anchor line. I grabbed hold. I took out my pocket knife, opened it with my teeth, and cut one thick strand after another. While I waited for a good gust of wind, someone opened a window in the stern. Something was thrown out, and it splashed in the water. All of a sudden, Ben Gun's boat quickly jerked left, zigzagged, and seemed to change course.
Lord, save me!
I prayed as I lay down flat in the bottom of my little boat.
I'm going to die!
I cried as I shut my eyes tight. I must have lain in Ben Gun's boat for hours, beaten to and still tossing in the sea. The sun was rising behind Spyglass Hill, and from my perspective, I could see one side of the hill descending into the sea. This side of Spyglass was bare, with cliffs about 50 feet high and fallen rocks spilling into the ocean at its base. I was about a quarter of a mile out at sea, and my first thought was to paddle in, but I soon gave up that idea.
Just look at those huge waves crashing on the rocks,
I said to myself.
I'll be dashed to pieces. Even if I could make it through the waves, I'd die trying to climb the cliffs.
In addition to the waves and the rocks, there were strange monsters crawling together in large groups on the bigger, flatter rocks. I saw a familiar sight. Not half a mile away, the Hispaniola was sailing north.
I don't care if they capture me,
I thought.
I need water.
The Hispaniola's beautiful white canvas sails shone like silver in the sun, and I guessed that the men on board were sailing around the island and back to the anchorage. But soon, the ship turned westward. The cable was still burning. The mainsail drooped like a limp rag.
Finally, the ship has stopped.
I said to myself, relieved.
Now I can board her.
But 1 second later, the wind started up again, and next thing I knew, the Hispaniola was sailing straight toward me.
I'll be crushed!
I cried out.
Help me!
No one answered. No one was there. So I closed my eyes and waited for death. Miraculously, at the last moment, the ship suddenly turned a few feet to the right from its lethal course. This movement brought the huge vessel right up next to me. The Hispaniola looked immensely tall for my low position in Ben Gun's boat. But within moments, a huge swell rose up underneath me, and the ship's bowsprit was right over my head. Without thinking, I leaped. I grabbed onto the long pole sticking out from the front of the ship with one hand and wedged my foot between 2 ropes. As I clung there, panting, a dull and sickening thud told me that the ship had struck and crushed Ben Gun's boat. I was saved, but now I had no way to get off the Hispaniola.